This has been a position where they've had some fantastic movements from before. They found this position very, very early in the game, heading right down towards the coastal side. And they tend to do very well once they get these nice central positions. Our angle has been the favorite for Surreal so far. Let's see if they can continue that kind of star power here on this map. It's something I'd like to see continuing. It's always great to see a team who's just absolutely bullhorned here on a single map that they really enjoy.
Took that down, goodness me. 1-on-1, easy find there for Hamodi. Well, I say easy, looked it. Certainly probably wasn't in the execution of it, but either way, that is how 4 Romanian men were decimated. They are actually with 3 players alive currently out in the water. So they have 3 of them still standing and still going fairly strong.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, getting onto that pier is going to be extremely useful for them, but also where the change of being able to res in water is so beneficial, because if you lose a couple of players and they can get out to the water with you, you can get your teammates back up again. So 3 players is good to go. We'll see where this next circle heads off to. Away from them. It's going to be bad for Flux and X Team 2, making their way across the beachhead. Surreal just right on the edge of this circle. On the other hand, next Ruya look to put up some good points here, but it's Game Lord who've managed to get 4 players all the way onto this eastern side.
That's what I was, yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I was looking at. I was saying, well, I wasn't saying, I was thinking. So I was saying to myself that Akashi right now has the high ground on this lighthouse position, has such excellent sight lines across the whole of this. And the rest of Game Lord, they started moving forwards towards the western edge. They crossed that road. I'm really happy with their position right now.
Yeah, and they really took their time with it. As opposed to just following Besiktas immediately, they opted to just wait this one out and see if they could find a sneaky position towards the end of the game, which they actually have done. Solke, however, does drop down on the push, and it's Fastpay Wildcats who moved over from Sosnovka, picking apart the guys from Flux.
Well, hang on a minute. That might just turn around. Solke goes down, sure, but 3 of the Fastpay Wildcat are going to be eliminated, and they are going to go down. We're taking a look at the predictions, and that is an unfortunate timing as the Fastpay Wildcats go down and bump Jason and Maxman off of those predictions. Kalaris now with the only horse in this race with Surreal.
Wow, it's a little bit unfortunate. They come in and get just absolutely torn to bits there. It looked like a great start for that fight as well for them, but just weren't able to continue pumping the steam out of that engine. They just fell short of a tiny little whistle to end their game. But it is Surreal, like you said, a great spot. I imagine that's a prediction that comes through about a couple of minutes ago, realistically, where they had a very strong spot. But this is a nasty little shift on the circle here. But if anyone can do it, it would be Surreal. I think that's a smart prediction there as well. But we will wait and see here. We'll hear some of Claris's thoughts on it after this game.
Oof, UDR Killers lose a player to Soulless from Flux. The rest of the UDR Killers want to come on in and maybe get a little bit of retribution. UDR Killers with only 1 player left, so this is the last player for the squad, Salazar. A couple of unfortunate deaths in yesterday's games, but this time around, looks for 1, can't get it done for the next. Flux take down the UDR Killers. And once more, they will fall on out. Flux, they have got, I think that's 4 players alive. 3 players, sorry, with 1 down. And 7 eliminations so far in the game. So far, our elimination leader.
You love to see it from Flux, though, really channeling their inner turtle, with teams just bouncing off the back of their shells at the moment. Unable to quite take it to... It's a very nice little ditch they're playing in, but Ketch is moving out now down towards that beach side. Jumps out. Sees what he can find off in the distance. Realistically, it is next Ruya who have an unreal spot towards the center circle with great sight lines down towards any other team that does want to come out from this position. I think it really will be this next circle that will determine it all. And I mean, I'd love to see a beachhead finish on, but I think moving up towards the north side would cause some more problems, a bit of pandemonium, which is what we always want to see. But we do get a shift coming on our screen very soon.
Ooh, southwestern. So towards the bulk of the players in these buildings, in these situations here. Penta will have to leave with this engagement against S2G. They'll have to head south, cross that road. Boss has a really nice angle though, so they might want to try and take this fight on Penta's side. But Silas suppressing for now.
Keep this one up, and I think this is them kind of responding to Max's earlier statement, which is take that firefight, take that firepower to the end of the game, let it be unleashed then. That's when you need to unleash the beast. Make it happen. You want to take a few fights, but strong fights, and then make yourself into that top 3 position there. But Penta starting to move through here.
S2G, they took a knock earlier, just a second ago, from next Ruya, who are a little bit further south. But in comes the push from Hamzy, gets the spray around, cuts the ankles out. Muzi is going to go down. The forward point man for Penta will fall, and Silas burns it out for the elimination point for S2G. They'll be able to pick up that. Penta, 3 players into the buggies. They need to reposition.
We'll need to leave the lads behind here now, though. 3 of them heading out straight towards Nextruya's spot here. A little bit difficult to hold the bottom floor here for Nextruya, but you've got to do it as long as possible. But there's Rip7 immediately comes in. There's no backup from the rest of the squad.
No potential there for a refrag. There's the second flush as well onto Kadua, getting an easy spray down for S2G. Frozen cooking those nades, popping it in, but only a tickle towards Rip7. Another one maybe going to be a little bit more successful, but one sent back in response. And more are getting cooked up. They're not in this circle, Blank. They are not in this next zone, so they might be staying here, but they're going to have to shift down south. Just a few.
Still a great push for them. From what started off as like very hopeless up on that northern edge, moving through open fields, this was a very quickly executed play coming through from S2G onto Nextruya to give themselves at least a little bit of hope. Surreal now inside their compound. Oof. They are getting pressed upon though by Clear Vision. Really nice nade that comes through. Now just 2 players. One's on his knees up top, and a really nice nade as well. Just peeked through that window. First aid has to come through, and it's Arkan who's going to have to do something absolutely incredible to bring this one back for his team.
Doesn't have a Molotov, or he could zone away those stairs. Pops the nades instead as the zoning tool. Clear Vision, who just took them out? Who
S2G
was able to come through. S2G going to be swinging on in. No, it was Fireflux moving in, playing that third-party position. Now upstairs, do they know there's players there? Do they know that Surreal have still got 2? Will they have their wits about them? Beg for mercy. Taking the fight with Game Lord, but right now Nate looking to go down the stairs. Penta no now, and it's 2 versus 2. And Nate down the stairs, finds a lot. That's a double knock, and looking for more as well. Could Surreal be able to stay alive here? It's just Manu, but no. Finally able to be taken down from up on high. Penta looked a little bit ropey there, but Surreal could not weather the storm.
Arkan had really struggled there. His best, to be honest with you. Just writhing himself out of a very tricky scenario multiple times, but that was just too much for him. He does get the double knock, though, down the stairs, and it's been a very, very different story should he get that final elimination onto Penta. But they will get all 3 players up, but their back is to the storm at the moment. And they'll have to get away from that thunder and lightning, but back into more noise as they head towards the gunfire, towards the center of the map. But it's Game Lord making the mount up, using the beachhead as cover. They crash, but it's not looking good.
And there's the side swipe as well from Eastern Stars. 2 players fall lickety split, and only the one remains now for Game Lord. Trying to piece it together is Victor. A quality player in his own right, but Bazzi, I think, knows there's a player close by. There's the spray around the side, and Victor will fall. Kapahala handles it.
8th place, though. Not too bad. Not really tournament winning performances here. Fireflux, I'd love to see their elimination count. I think they've been on an absolute tear this game, taking shots at teams from very long distances as well as repelling teams that come close by to them. Finding a 15. Knock onto Eastern Stars, goodness me.
Fireflux currently sat at 15 eliminations. They've been absolutely trucking this game. And there's a couple more, potentially, for them to add to the tally, picking up more eliminations, bring them up to 17 total. And a very central position. This is really good news for them.
Yeah, very, very good news indeed. I mean, what was it, 23, 24 eliminations? We saw highest total in a long, long time in Western Europe coming out from X Team. This could be the game to rival that, though. Another nade comes through onto Bazzi.
Excellently placed up on the balcony, dismantles the Eastern Stars position, and they're just picking these up. Kapahala, last standing for Eastern Stars, and out in the open, there's nothing doing. 20 eliminations now found. We've breached that big 2-0. Currently, they've got a couple more players left to pick up in this lobby. They will have to shift across this hillside, though, and there's only 3 of them.
A huge talent in catch there, almost single-handedly dealing with Eastern Stars. Lutz, long-range action, the sniper of the team, takes shots over towards S2G and will find the shots through the blades of grass there.
They just keep on pushing. They keep on adding to this total. 21 right now, with a potential, I think, to be able to get 8 more, if I'm not mistaken. No, 7 more still on the cards if they're able to pick up every other elimination in this lobby right now. You still got 4 Romanian men going. By the way, they swam all the way across the coast. They've been playing survival for the longest time. They have 3 players alive now.
It's been kind of a real catch, though. Does get taken care of by Sarah. This is 4 Romanian men. 3 players still up. Besiktas, ruined, removed from the game. 4 Romanian men out drowning in the water, but it looks like they've found their breath here. Back into this one, and Fireflux wants a little bit of revenge. Starting this game on 51 points total. Already 20 points is added to that just in elimination points alone, which is absolutely unreal stuff from them.
I think you said the record was 24 coming through. If they're able to pick up these 4 eliminations, that will put them on 25 blank. Oh, they've already got 22 actually.
Yeah, it's
and they have 5 left. They have 5 left still. Goodness me. Okay. My maths is all over the place.
It's all good, man. The question is how much more materials do they have to work with? How much is still left on the workbench? I mean, this has been a sick run, to say the least, from these guys, especially in day 2 of a championship, no less. There's a lot of pressure here.
They've got to be feeling it, you'd imagine, right now. Penta in the windows. Fireflux with the outside position, meaning that on the next shift, as long as they're alive, they might have an advantage. But 4 Romanian men have 3 alive, so they have the numbers.
I mean, I go off on E numbers, mate, but Fireflux currently going off on elimination points. It's fair play to them. Whatever wakes you up in the morning, that's fair play. Penta, 1-1 split at the moment. Holes and Manu. Got a lot of respect for Manu. Really has done a lot of heavy lifting for this team. Fireflux with a couple of grenades. These could be placed really nicely down to 4 Romanian men. They know pretty much where they're sat, but these nades just need to go a little bit further. And I don't know if 4 Romanian men are just outside of nade range. You can see these pretty much where they're sat, but these nades just need to go a little bit further. And I don't know if 4 Romanian men are just outside of nade range. You can see these nades are popping as soon as they hit the side. Molotovs are good, though, and they are outside the blue, John, so this will push them.
A long way to run for Fireflux in this next zone, though, so taking care of this side swipe could prove to be crucial. They don't want to take this full-on fight with Penta, but Penta are the ones who strike towards 4 Romanian men. They open up the bidding towards Rana, but Lutz wants to pick it up, and he has the final say. 23 eliminations now found for Fireflux. They have pushed through this Erangel incredibly well and bring the numbers back even to 2-2.
Goodness me, looks like they've shed the shell here. Gone full reptile. It's the dragon attacking these other teams. 23 eliminations. This is going to be very, very hard to top in this championship.
No one else is going to be able to get that in overalls, let alone in eliminations. A big nade over the top there might prove to be troublesome. That could be good as well. Dude's able to look for it. Soulless goes down. A crucial knock to the high ground player from Fireflux, but Lutz is still there, is still going. And we've seen stranger things happen.
Still in the action. Holes immediately gets underneath, but Lutz moves up. He's fully given up on Soulless here. Trying to make it on his own. If Soulless can get across on the crawl, Perhaps they get him up. This smoke's in the way. It allows him to cross, and this could be the res.
A nade in the window right now would end the game for Fireflux, but do the players know that that's what could happen? Manu gets spotted. Serra still in the mix of it, looking to pinch one of those points away. But there's the blue zone tickling Serra. Dude's low as well. Fireflux could come out swinging here from the building. Lutz on out wide. Might be able to spot the crawling player here. And they're going for the spray. They go down. Well, they know there's a player under the stairs. They take care of one. They take care of two. Fireflux, 25 eliminations now. And 2 players stand in their way of a 27 elimination game. 4 Romanian men, a European representative, and a strong one at that. Looking to try and take the fight. 2 versus 2. Do around the side. They know he's there. They want to take the fight together. Double up on the sideline. Soulless has the health advantage. You can see just a little bit more in the favor of Fireflux. And pushing around the side. Soulless wants to swing wide. Wants to go for the 1v1. Will be able to take it down.
Goodness me!
Is backed up by the teammate. It's 27 eliminations. A record for Fireflux as they dominate.